It doesn't matter. Never punished, ladies and gentlemen. 777 jackpot. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support. Today we'll be playing Aggro Runes version 2 using Runeforge Champion with the Rune of Might, Rune of Sustenance, Trample, Lifelink at will. And then we have Halvar, God of Battle, which is actually going to give us double strike, which is pretty disgusting. And playing this in a best of one meta has, the majority of the decks you'll see being aggro decks, other aggro decks, right? Mono white, mono red, mono green, stuff like this. And through the lifelink, we can really take advantage of that, which is pretty cool, right? So in today's video, we're going to break down all of that more in depth, talk about the strategies, synergies included, then showcase it all in the gameplay footage, wrapping up with our final thoughts, deck review, and any channel news that I might happen to have to spew out for the day. So yeah, with that being said, like the video to show your support. Check out that Linktree link if you want to join the community. Maybe support through the affiliate links that we have. And yeah, hope you're all having, like I said, just a magical day. Let's check out the deck. So, Aggro Runes version 2 or volume 2, your preference. 60 card best of 1 standard 2022 with an average of 2.1 mana value in deck, 13 non-creatures, 23 creatures with 24 land. Should be really consistent, right? Should not be a problem. We're using, just an aggressive mono white deck with, a pinch of green spice on the side. Incorporating my new favorite card, Wild Shape, to protect our creatures. And we can also, grab some Trample, which is pretty cool because what's better than Double Strike? Double Strike with Trample, good sir. So Wild Shape's going to help us get that accomplished. And of course, we have Rune of Might to get +1/+1 Trample and draw a card as well. Typically, we want to be casting these runes on the Maul of the Skyclave. It's harder to remove, and then they remain in play if the creature's removed. We can also throw them on Lair of the Hydra, our modular land here as well, so we can tap that to create a creature. And those runes will stay on the Hydra, whereas the Maul, as the Hydra becomes a land again, will de-equip, and you'll have to pay to re-equip that again. So keep that in mind. That's probably as in-depth as the deck is really going to get. Again, Halvar, God of Battle, is going to give equipped creatures or enchanted creatures double strike, which is pretty crazy. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach, actually not even on your turn, each combat, you can put a equipped thing or an aura, whatever it happens to be, onto a different creature, which is pretty cool. So, say I attack with something, it taps, and now on the defensive play, when our opponent's attack phase is popping off, we can grab, that stack of enchantments if it's on a Maul or, just a single one, and put it on a different creature who's, potentially defending for that turn, which is pretty cool, right? We have the store +2/+0 vigilance. It's 2/2 for equipped. And then when that creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. This is pretty good, but I really just like the double strike through the creature. I really only play the sword if I have multiple copies of Halvar in hand, right? Or one in play already. With that being said, Maul of the Skyclaves is going to activate the double strike alongside Runes of Might and Sustenance. That's all we have there. We have the Trample as well through the Wild Shape if we don't have Rune of Might, and we do have the double strike through something like just the Maul or the Rune. Codespell Cleric is great. +1/+1 counter is very good. The Sentinel allows us to ramp. It's also, a reach defender, which is cool. Luminarch +1/+1 counter at the beginning of combat on a creature we control, which is amazing, right? It can push up the vigilance. Creatures like Codespell Cleric, like Reidane, God of the Worthy, 2/3 flying vigilance, snows our opponents enter half tapped. And then non-creatures cost 2 more to cast, mana value 4 or greater, right? So a little bit going on there as well. Runeforge Champion, when it ETBs, you'll just pull a rune from either your graveyard or library, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's basically the entire deck. There's not much going on here. Playing the shield, is super irrelevant. We don't really ever try to progress this. We want the creatures in play so we can equip them and give them double strike through Halvar's, presence in play, right? So ideal play lines: turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 Aspirant, tap, play the Codespell Cleric. Codespell Cleric now is a 3/3 on turn 3. Now you can, throw Maul of the Skyclaves on the 3/3 Codespell Cleric. It's a 5/5. Luminarch pushes it up again. It's a 6/6 smash in on turn 3 for 6 damage. Hooray. Turn 4, Halvar comes out, and you know, then you're hitting for an additional 12. That's 18, and maybe you can get some of these side attackers in as well for that remaining 2 damage, the Sentinel and, of course, the Luminarch Aspirant, which if there were no defenders, you would get that 20 damage, which is pretty cool. So, you know, that's the ideal playline you really want to look out for. As far as, you know, going away from that, Runeforge Champion can give you Lifelink, it can give you Trample, whichever you need, right? But ideally, you don't need them. You just get in the air with flying and take the double strike that way on a Vigilance creature. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I know you guys understand. You're a smart crew. You enjoy the deck. You know, we're playing this today in like the top 700 Mythic, which is pretty cool. Getting back into the swing of things, which is really nice, and having a lot of fun doing it as well. So enjoy today's gameplay footage, and we'll be back to wrap up with my final thoughts and deck review. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the link to your link, become a Patreon today, right? Just some, you know, generic CDAs. Going first with a good looking turn 1. We need another 1-drop or 2-drop for turn 2. Either or will fill that requirement for us. And, you know, having a Halvar in Hound, woof woof baby, in hand with an equipment is pretty cool off the start. I was gonna hit for 1. It is what it is, right? It's a very sad Codespell Cleric, but whatever. Whatever, bro. I do not like this control deck, though. This is a hard deck to beat. Let me face a Goblins deck. I've got life gain and a lot of land, man. Do they straight up have removal? Probably. But let's force it. Let's be like, where's your removal? I know we could have mauled, hit for some damage, and Halvard next turn, but I think we would have mauled, hit for some damage, they would have removed that creature, and then Maul is 4 to equip. We have to now sneak in Halvar and re-equip Maul for 8 instead of 7, which this would be. Again, you know, if they remove Halvar, it is what it is. We can progress. I just think I wanted to force the agenda as quickly as possible. They need removal right now. And I don't dare put the Maul on Harval, even though I want to, because it's the most amount of damage. We have to be conservative and put it on the Cleric. Or they counter this in general, and then we get to hit with all of our creatures. It's kind of an awkward decision. They just exile with the student cost because we're pushing so quickly that they're forced to use some wacky removal. And we actually benefit from that, even though I can't dare play that right now. But we could hit for 3. No. Oh, what if it's a crippling fear, though? Push the agenda. You either get it or you don't. You have lands in hand. What are you waiting for? Just go. Harvey? We could call him Harvey. Counterspell. Removal on the Codespell. Tokens go on the Sentinel, spreading our threat all around. Not really dodging much of Crippling Fear other than the Sentinel. So that could still wreck us. We hit for 7. Down to 9. Woof. Multiverse draw. Shadow's Verdict cry. No! Not again! And of course we have no man or creature lands in play. I don't like that man lands term. That bothers me. But we don't have any creature lands or modual lands is how we should be referring to them. It is what it is. Even Xanarax. And, you know, the punk eyes laughing at me. We seen this coming from miles away. We seen it coming. It's just so sad though, man. Maul it up. Better watch out for this Maul, might get you later. Good top deck. It's a good top deck, right? That's not too shabby. But we know that there's about 6 pieces of removal in their hand. Right? I mean, we would hit for 12. Can you imagine a world in which they didn't have a deck filled with removal? Just, come on, I want to play against goblins, man. Let me play against the gobos, bro. Even if we had a modal land to put these runes on, that would be sick. Pulling the gate, no draw. Sagetown. Population 1. Alright, bro. 5 cards in your hand. 4 cards in your hand. What you got? What you got, Willis? I mean, to remove it after we equip is irrelevant because we have an empty hand, right? They're not really getting more value. I mean, it's fun to do it on priority. To trick me into think I'm getting it. Now on their end step, they nuke it. Oh, just a Draco Lich. We have first strike lifelink. Not a problem, but again, 4 removal cards in their hand. Then they hit us for 9, right? Because they Haven. Remove the cleric, hit for 9. And you might actually see me cry. Everybody's just chanting for Shinny Death. Do it! Do it! I want to see it. 3 mana leaves them 3 snow. Oh, well, maybe not. So there's the Crippling Fear. They choose the zombie or dragon, whatever. No Haven here, though, unless they play a Snowland, which I think it's tapped, so that's fine. And we're hit for 5. Admittedly, using a Crippling Fear on 1 Codespell Cleric that's very bad value, but this land... Oh my gosh. Cool stuff. And, you know, as an aggro deck, we don't want to go to turn 12, right? We don't want to ever go this far. Our opponent has 9 lands in play. I don't think they've ramped, so minimum turn 9 here. And hit for 9. Down to, dare I say, 6. Gulp. Ouch. If we get some... Oh, well, that actually does help. We should have played this land last turn. It isn't tapped, which is a bummer. So that means it doesn't matter if we didn't play that land next turn, unless we draw another land. But again, this is just good game, because we get hit for another 9. It does not matter. We're close to getting that Maul on the Hydra, getting some life back, but... what do you do? Almost 6/6/6. Really close. That would have been neat. I've not had that yet. Our opponent plays first. Our hand is not bad, but it's not great. I'm going to keep it, and maybe we get lucky with the top deck. It is what it is. We're just having fun with the rest of the season. We've qualified. We're just trying to explore some different archetypes that haven't really been flushed out, and then hopefully we can pique some interest in them, and then they will get flushed out, right? Because I am yet a lonely man, and there's so many different angles to take all these things from, and I, you know, skip past things that I shouldn't, and realize things that others don't, right? So there's value to it. Should we just get this in as the sword? And that way we're spending value. No, I really want the 4/4. The body's, like, beefy. Especially against a mono green deck, right? Uh-oh! That is a true OG. An OGT, if you will. So, you know, if there's Blizzard Brawls here, like, there's so many things that are just really, really bad. Ooh. Don't you do it. They've got 3 snows in play, of course, 3 snow permanents, and, you know, that really opens up a Blizzard Brawl mania. They put it on the dog skis, so they hit for 7. I like it. Down to 11. We get some life gain off the top, please? No. Why would we? So the draws are probably best, and then play Halvar last so they can interact with it. Because they could fight it, right? And I would rather draw, hold up Wild Shape, protect from the fight. Ooh. But that's so good. Do they have a Blizzard Brawl? I don't know. But a 4-5 would be neat. Has Vigilance, so we can take a swing. Let's see how this works out. 4 mana, 4 cards. Trample, 3/3, Ranger class level 2, +1/+1 counter on something as it attacks. Inscription, not kicked, it's a 5/5. Ranger's class again, 2/2. We get hit for 5. Whoa, whoa, oh, that becomes a 5/5, I see. Hit for 10. Oh, I totally know. We would deal 10 damage next turn only. Falling short. We're basically gonna die next turn anyways, though. No blocks. Doesn't kill you, only makes you stronger, right? Not you, Sentinel. If we had the lifelink rune, we'd be doing a lot better here. Down to 6. No protection up. Oh, haste trample is gonna get the job done. That is crazy. There's no way we make it through this. Because they just are so wide as well, and we're down to 1. Like, even though we can stop this and kill it, and we can stop this damage, we're still getting hit on the side, right? For 1 regardless. So the lifelink would have been really good. Unfortunately, we didn't find it. I have faith, though. We're getting close, right? You can kind of see how we want this to come together. Opponent goes first. Illegal! They must be cheating, right? They're hacking. Total hacker here. No, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe. They're using the rune crab. My arch nemesis, quite literally. You know, there's no Fable Passage, at least. They start laying down Evolving Wilds, I'm gonna lose my mind. Up in here. Up in here. You know what I mean? You know, I'm expecting just a Soaring Thought Thief, right? That's still legal. The nice thing is they've lost the Enforcer, right? The Enforcer represented a ton of mill. A ton of mill. You know, probably should hold up protection, but at the end of the day, let's go. We can pull that rune from the graveyard. Right? Trample's nice. Beepity boop bop. They might counter this, which is fine. You do you, bro. Or they just remove the aspirant. Huh. I guess we could have held up our wild shape, but then they would have done it when we played it at the end anyways. Search our graveyard, Rune of Might. Thank you. Not worried about their damage output. Right? Rogues never deal that much damage, let's be honest. It's just this crab that ruins the game. Alright. I'll be damned if we lose to a 2022 rogue deck. We've got this, you guys. Don't you even worry about it. So here comes the counterspell. I get it. You do you, bro. Rune of Might for 1 on the champion. Please and thank you. It's going to be a 3/4 with Trample. We draw a card. Thank you for the hexproof. You know, we do go down in strength here, but it is what it is. A 2/4 with Trample, and here we go to 3/5, so we still friend the crab. They don't block, down to 17, and, you know, it gets removed this turn instead. Yes! We protected against 1 removal spell. It's a good mill. More runes in the graveyard we can pull back, which is, you know, just the smallest point of a percentage of value. Oh! Topdeck.exe doing the dirty in the background. Holy Toledos. This has to get countered. If there were ever anything to counter, it is this. If they don't have the counter, they try to remove the champion again. Hallelujah. Oh, that is a draw. They still have the appropriate mana for a counter. Scry 2, draw 2. We need 2 to the bottom and then a whiff. 2 to the top. No! So they found what they were looking for, needless to... Well, I guess not a counterspell, though. Oh my gosh. If we take hexproof, the counters stay. The +1/+1 counters, obviously. We had that asked in the comments on one of the videos. So like, why did your creature, you know, stay as like a 7/7 with Trample when you made it a 3/3 or whatever, right? And it's because the counters stay on the creature, regardless of what kind of that creature it is, right? Swing for 10. No, I don't think so, sir. And this is cool because it's not our attacker, so we don't actually lose any strength. It's still a nice hit. They block, losing the crab. That's good news for me. Kind of stops that mill in its tracks. Down to 10. Again, we're totally open. We don't have protection. But they have multiple threats to remove. It needs to be a field wipe. The runes go as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit for 8. Not too shabby. Down to 2. They have to remove the creature and have something for the land. Lands are hard to hit sometimes, right? Hopefully it's not a Lolith. I'll freak out. Please, sir, we're so close. 7 mana. Nothing engraved to pull out with blood on the snow. What you got, Willis? What you got in there, Willis? If we could top deck our rune, but I think all of our runes are engrave. We have 1 Rune of Might for Trample. Okay. Do not care, those were both lands. That has gotta hurt. There's no way they kill both of these. If we make it a 2, how much mana does that leave us? So it would be 3. We would have 2 mana left over only. We can make it a 4. I think this is good, right? They have to remove both creatures with 1 card. I don't get how they do that. I get how they do one of them, right? So I'm glad we didn't play the champion because it doesn't have haste is the thing. Hydra coming in clutch. Module lands. Creature lands, as you will. 693. Ooh, one of my favorite numbers. Very nice. Going first is pretty neat. I like this. And runes in hand with a Maul. I hope there's no removal, though, because then we'd be left high and Drizzy. I'm all for being high, but not Drizzy. Whatever that means. Again, this could be pretty gross, but yeah. Ooh. I mean, the runes draw at least. We could always just cast them on the lands. Little lifelink? Don't be scared of me. I just want to draw a land. Oh! Hit for one. Better look out. Ooh. Discard. So Draconic Intervention could be a thing. Right? 8 damage to everything. 4 mana available. Slayer creature for a learn. Okay. Land out. Runekeeper is a go. Graveyard Sustenance. Right? Just getting that value back, which is pretty cool. Burned up. Boy, you just got burned up. Okay, so Sentinel. And then our Cleric onto itself. Yeah. Okay, okay. You know, I'm still really worried about a Draconic Intervention, just like 8 damage everything. Ha ha. You know, Omega laugh. Omega lol, I guess, right? That's pretty tasty. Sure, there's more removal. Holy Toledos. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Maybe there's not a Draconic Intervention. I feel like there has to be. And there's also more Magma Opuses, this means as well. And all runs, right? They're not even mono red. They've got the blue in there. Definite BMs. This gets countered. That's great news for them. We have one in our grave? No. I guess we can actually hit with it. The more damage we do, the better. I mean, it should probably go on the Maul. But they can destroy the Maul at will, right? This is not our second spell. That's our third spell. So keep it in your hand, HGG. I want to say keep it in your pants, but it's appropriate or not. So I'll just reference the fact that I wanted to say it while still saying it to get around not saying it. Is that a like a mental justification? I'm doing some gymnastics here with myself. I don't think that's healthy. Just having fun. Maybe too much coffee. That's probably a good indication. Right. The less sense I make, probably the more coffee I've had. It's like a nice little XY graph. Similar to supply and demand. Whoa! Our opponent's listening to Pantera in the background. So we have to Rune of Might the Maul. Draw a card. Cleric in. We should have kept the land because I would have loved to play that Hydra. My bad, bro. 2K4. It reminds me of the sports games. I just looked at our opponent's name now. Right? Oh, Billy. I mean, they're gonna wreck this. Let's just put it on the Maul. We're not gonna attack until we can equip the Maul. I need the planes. Even though we played the Hydra. Really need that planes. I mean, I guess we could force it. Pass our turn, they have a Haven available, so not getting in that way. Maybe the Lair saves us somehow. I just wish you could equip... Oh my goodness. The end is near, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Hit for 4, down to 17. They have Hall and Haven up. Dual Strike, Allrun's Epiphany, very bad news. Okay. I thought it was a double Allrun right out of the gate. I was like, wow, I'm gonna freak out. I mean, not that that's bad. Oh, and then they're gonna kill our Maul. Shoot. Rune on the land. Draw planes. Come on. Like, and even only a pathway, you know what I mean? The 10 planes at now a 27% chance to draw. Hey, no, they're not there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing, bro. So we're, you know, not bricking, but at the same time, dead cards in hand because we can't find the land. Right? Can't even equip this to a creature. Definitely getting boxed out. And we've been drawing cards, right? Oh yeah, they can't dual strike all around because it's mana value 4 or less, coming full circle to that as a dingling. Teach by example is your better chance there. So if you do have to do it, you would dual strike your teach by example and then all run for 3 copies of all run if you were going to dual strike it. But you would need teach by example to be the spellcast before your all run as we think it through. Like trying adults. This is crazy. So we can activate the Hydra for 2. Hit for 4. Actually, no, only hit for 3. That's lifelink, not +1/+1 trample. And we probably just get destroyed because they have treasures and we've seen a lot of removal already. Okay, that's not the worst. Not the worst. I mean, it's definitely not good. They could hit us for 11 damage here, minimum. You know, with the treasures, I'm sure they could hit us actually with 15 damage. Oh yeah, definitely. But that Haven has Summoning Sickness. A little confused there. I think they just missed lethal. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. Wow. What? Did you see it just go in automatically? Didn't get the choice to pick it? Holy Toledos. I don't know if that's... My mouse is too sensitive. The game client is too sensitive. I literally did not even see an option go up. It was just like, boom, Branchloft Pathway. That's gonna make our problem a little bit worse. Oh, just when you thought you had a chance. So we have 7. We can activate this for what, 5? Holy Toledo. Gotta love that, eh? No white mana allowed. Oh my gosh. And they're just gonna, what, trade with it? They're gonna use their Storm Giants to block it? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Not great. Is what it is. It's very bad because we don't even have a plains for next turn to play another creature. Oh my gosh. I think they're gonna definitely take lethal now. They could activate that other Haven too. They're being so dang conservative. I'll take 8, I guess. They want to hold up maybe Magma Opus. Another forest. Groundbreaking. And we can't even equip the sword once we play because it needs another. Oh my. Well, we have to defend or they do. They've got lethal for sure. Just... Sagetown, right? You may try your best in the game, but even then, it's like, no. No. Maybe if I double click, maybe if I don't drag and drop the cards, I just double click them from my hand. No blocks, they've got lethal regardless. You know, just loving green mana. I'm big on the color green, right? Alright, that is a defect for sure. Let's see if we can somehow salvage this. Alright, you guys. The client feels so bad for us after last match, it's letting us go first again. I appreciate that. Thank you for at least, you know, showing some remorse. We're gonna make the most out of it. Holy Toledos. You know what? That was some crazy stuff here. So we have another pathway in our hand. We better be careful. We better be careful. Right, let's get this Luminarch out and we're on the Codespell Cleric here. Cool beans. We don't mind it. So we got some swamps in play. We probably just want to hold up this wild shape as long as we can. Hit for 4. The Vigilance is nice. But we couldn't double play. It would use all our mana. Is just a single Codespell Cleric worth it? Yeah. Probably. Probably. Remember, we can turn one of these 1/1s into a 3/3 with Trample. If we need to go on the offensive. This is good. Well, we can't get around the Soul Shatter, but we already got our token out. Our counter, the +1/+1 counter. Which is great news. For 5. I honestly think we play this. Or else we're not playing it till we draw another land. Which isn't... No, yeah, like 1 land is probably our next card. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Balaged, but they can't cast it. That's their whole turn. But that will kill our Halvar. So we could hit for 8. No, we could hit for lethal. No. 1 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we would only be hitting for 8 because this doesn't have vigilance. We could, like this is a 2-2, so it would become a 5-5. And then this would become a 4-4 to hit for 9. We still have lethal with 2 mana. I don't think they have removal for 1. And this is why Wild Shape is better than Snakeskin Veil. BEA beautiful. Absolutely loving it. Better than Snakeskin Veil. There is the perfect example why. Not only does it protect you defensively, it can be used as an offensive spell as well. It's still 1 mana, it's still instant speed, but the utility is like through the roof on Wild Shape. Absolutely love it. Replace your Snakeskin Veils with the Shape immediately. Our opponent's going first. The client was like, no, we made up for that, you know, string of forests. Get over it. It's time to go second again. Battlefield Raptor, 1-2, first strike, flying. Hydra, Lair has been very kind to us in the deck so far. Sentinel out. Hopefully we get a 1-drop here. Okay. The Battlefield Raptor with the Luminarch Aspirant is major BMs. This is going to be a hard match for us. Only I'm allowed to play that card. You know what I mean? We taking the Trample or the Lifelink? Take the Trample. 1 life is pretty gosh dang irrelevant if you ask me. And because we have life gain, I'm going to go on the offensive. I'm going to get some damage in too, you know what I mean? A little tit for tat. I understand that your creature gets bigger every turn, and that's why I feel the need to keep pace, right? I'm going to have to basically play catch up every turn. But, you know, if we can get some creatures equipped and play Halvar. Oh no. This is an amazing curve by our opponent. Battlefield Raptor, Aspirant, Apparition. Apparition? Anyways, it's great. Good news for them. Bad news for us. Reidane out. If there is another Skyclave, you know, just GG's at this point. Where's my Strict Proctor, right? Now that's how you win matches. Holy Toledos. Very, very good. That's crazy. That is, something that we would need a Shadow's Verdict for, which we don't have in deck, so good luck, bro. If they have another removal here, a 3rd Skyclave, I'm gonna lose my mind. Probably just a Legion Angel, though, you know what I mean? Or Takedown, that gets it. That's removal, hot dog, good game! Oh my gosh, that was a full combo. Flawless victory! You know what I mean? Holy Toledos. Good game, Ellie. Cool draw hand, but who knows what our opponent has in store for us. That mono white deck is nasty, man. That was pretty cool. Turn 1 might have been I shouldn't have even thought it. I was thinking, why? You know, as annoying as that Raptor was, it wasn't a Monk of the open hand. But, alas, here we go, another mono white build, and we'll get to see the Monk in play again. Hello, good game. Bleep bloop blop. But I don't mind. I'm going to embrace jank for the rest of the month here. It's all about the jank. For me, just, well, I mean, not necessarily jank, but, you know, the C tier, the D tier decks that I want to play, but, you know, sometimes I don't because good luck getting it to work, right? So, Luminarch out. Then we tap the two of them for Codespell. Codespell gets the +1/+1 counter from both the Luminarch and itself. We have a 3/3 defending now. Not great because the monk goes to a 3/3 as well. Do we trade with it? Probably not. We have lifelink, so we need the big... Oh! Wow. That's a 5/5. So it's not... We wouldn't be trading with it. We'd be blocking and dying. We take the 4. Holy Toledos. Rune Summoner out. And we're going to grab from our library more mites. And then we're going to cast first the Sustenance on our Cleric. Auto pay by tapping the Luminarch. We're not blocking with that because the value. We get the draw land is cool. 4/4 with Vigilance and Lifelink. But if they choose to start defending, you know, then we're going to be in bad trouble. Bad trouble? Big trouble. Probably big trouble. I don't know if bad troubles. Sounds weird. I mean, it makes sense, but... moving past it. Uh-oh! It's a good thing we have a pathway. Reidane should get those counters. I love Reidane. Goes up to a... okay, to a 5. Thadge, down to 13. Green source in play. Let's rune for 1 on the Cleric. Trample draw. That's really good. Every single point of life we get is good. So let's keep just stacking that value. Hopefully they don't get an answer for it. Do our attacks. Push up to Codespell again. You know, we're right back up to 20 life, and they should be blocking at some point. Because they're down to 9. I'm going to keep Wild Shape up. Just give the champion a little draw there. Rune of Might can go on the Codespell Cleric. And then we're holding up Wild Shape. Oh, no, I forgot about Paladin class. Oh! Always forget about Paladin class. We don't have Wild Shape anymore. It doesn't matter. Never punished, ladies and gentlemen. 777 jackpot. It doesn't matter what rank you get. It's just about how special that number can be to you. And you know, there's some really special numbers, and 777s is one of them. So mark that off the bucket list, ladies and gentlemen. It's just because we're always so lucky. You know what I mean? Never punished. We should have not cast that last rune. We're being greedy because I forgot about the tax that class brings to the game. Oh, good times. Alrighty, Aggro Runes version 2. Didn't perform as well as I would have liked it to. In the playtesting, it did perform much better than this, but this was many days ago. I think that it still is a very good deck. Could we fine-tune it a little bit? Maybe. Maybe some more MDFC lands, right? An Amiria's Call is a good example. That could be very nice late game. A good top deck for sure, right? So I don't mind that idea of it. What do you guys think, right? I don't think we can really change the actual permanent list, but maybe, you know, those lands we can mix up and add some Amiria's Call, or, you know, maybe some takedown, or what do you guys think? What are your favorite Selesnya based MDFC lands? in the game right now in Standard 2022. Let me know in the comments below, and maybe in version 3 we can incorporate some of your ideas. With that being said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all so much for spending the time here with me today. I hope you have a magical rest of your day, evening, whatever it happens to be. And, next video is on me. We'll see you soon there. Take care. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out that link tree. Like, lots of cool things in there.